Hi guys, Doitonadime here. So in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you my favorite tips for shopping at consignment sales, especially for children, how to score big, maximize your dollar, and make sure that you shop super efficiently. This video is primarily for people who've never been consigning before, but it could also be for veterans out there because I know for me, I always like to hear tips from other people because some things that they find important, I can always learn from. So these are my favorite ways to save big consigning. My first tip is to find a really good sale because yes, some consignment sales are better than others, and my favorite website for finding sales is consignmentmommies.com. I'm going to link down below for you guys as well, and you can find the super big sales and get on their mailing list so you can get notified when they're going to occur. My next tip for you are supplies to bring to the consignment sale. I would highly suggest arriving when the consignment sale starts, even if you have to pay a small admission fee. Trust me, it will be 100% worth it in the return that you're going to get for some of the super awesome toys you're going to score. Another thing that's really important to bring with you is a really good bag. They don't give you bags at consignment sales traditionally, so what I like to bring are those really giant IKEA bags that you can buy at the checkout line, and I've seen a lot of people bring baskets with them and they attach a belt to them and then they just drag it along the floor so they can throw stuff in. So you want to have a place to dump things and then later be able to sort them. Also, if you can, try not to bring your children. It's super overwhelming, super crowded. You can cover a lot more ground that way. But one thing that I do find helpful is shop with somebody there who can support you. Because if you tag team it, that way they can be kind of looking in one section and you can be looking in another, and you can really maximize your findings that way. Another really important element is to have a list with you. Sit down and write all the things out that you want to try to find consigning, because you're going to get there and you're going to think you have it all down, but then you're going to be totally overwhelmed by this giant sale and all this stuff. You definitely want a list for reference. The biggest items that are sold at consignment sales are toys, especially outdoor toys, and clothes that are 2T and above. Because the little clothes, like the tiny, like newborn and 0 to 3, 3 to 6, 6 to 9, all that stuff, there's tons of options for those because kids grow out of them so fast. But some of the bigger sizes, if you want those, you really should be hitting that rack up first. Also, toys go really, really fast, so prioritize. So this is the collective haul of everything, and as you can see, it's very toy heavy. That was really the goal, was to get Carson's like next stage of toys, because those are like the really big ticket items. And by the time we got over to the clothes, because this took a while, my mom and I went together, the clothes were really picked over. This little romper was $2 and this one was $2.50, and I like how they both snap down there because Carson is so young still. We really need that in his clothes. And then I also got some shoes. They tend to have really good deals on shoes at consignment sales, and if you find ones that aren't really worn, like this one has hardly been worn, they're both really light too. That's what I tend to look for. These were just a few dollars each. I would also say shop with the next 6 months in mind only. A big mistake that people can tend to make consigning is trying to buy things for really far down the road. In other words, more than 6 months away. But that's difficult to store and it really creates clutter in your home. And consignment sales happen about every 6 months. There's usually a fall consigning and a spring consigning. So if you just shop with the next 6 months in mind, you can have like birthdays covered or Christmas covered, and then kind of go beyond that at the next sale. So this is stuff that like a lot of 1-year-olds would tend to enjoy. That was sort of my thought process behind it. But I did get a few things that I knew he would like. And all of these were just $1 or $2 each, like this little weird snake. He's gonna love this now, you know, being 8 months. And then these things he loves at the library to play with. A lot of little toys like this were like 50 cents. Wooden toys are also a really great thing to find at consignment sales. We got some blocks, and these were like brand new in the packaging, so he's gonna love these. One of these little frog things, this was just $2. This little phone was $1. It's fun to push and makes noise. The next tip is to do 2 swoops. So basically what I do is I walk through and I pick up everything. And if I see something that I think he might like, I grab it and I throw it in my bag. And I go with a bag on either shoulder. And then I go through a second time and I throw in anything else that I see. So that way I've had 2 glances at the table and I make sure that I didn't miss anything. I check under things, I check behind things. You've really got to get in there and dig. And then what I do is I go pop a squat somewhere in the corner and I just go through everything everything I picked up and decide, okay, do I really want this? And quite honestly, I eliminate about 50% of the things that I grabbed and I go put them back on the table. But that way I have it as an option, because a lot of times if you see something and you don't grab it, it's gonna be gone the next time you come around to try to find it again. Make sure that you zip it and you check it. Zip all the zippers, undo all of the buttons, look at each end of the garment, make sure there's no stains, rips, tears, double check all things on the toys. And if you're at a good consignment sale, they should require that all the toys have batteries in them to prove that they work. So that's actually kind of a big money saver right there. Like, there are certain toys that I bought for $1 that come with 4 batteries. That's even more than $1 worth of batteries in the toy. Here's like a little move and crawl ball. Hopefully encourage him to start crawling. And then this little bike, you guys listen to this, it plays actual songs. How cool is that, right? We have some maracas here, musical instruments, which I love. And then this is all the next stage up. The little like Weeble guys, and then these cars that he can play with. So we're gonna have these for when he's a bit older. They also have really great deals on this type of thing, like the little people. This was $8. And then this little cow push toy was just $3. This little truck was just $1. And some of the toys like this that don't come with the pieces, like there's nothing inside of this, but he can put his own stuff in there. He can put like other little cars or blocks. It doesn't matter. He's a kid. He doesn't care. So for $1, and it came with the batteries, I mean, you can't beat it right there. Another thing to keep in mind is don't be afraid of a little wear and tear. My #1 way to take care of consignment sale stuff are Lysol wipes and magic erasers. Well, they're not really magic erasers, but the cleaning off-brand magic erasers from the dollar store. I just rub that all over the toy. I get all of the smudges off. A good rule of thumb, or something to keep in mind, is that more or less you want to be spending about 1/3 of retail. So I take my smartphone with me and I look up the prices of items. Different people put these out for sale. It's their item. They've priced it the way they think is fair. So one person might price a bicycle for $25 and someone else might price it for $8. So look and see if there's duplicates. There's tons of duplicates children's toys out there, and see which one best suits your needs and is the best deal. So this little thing, you know, you can just put cars on, and I believe this was $4, but it didn't come with anything. We're just going to use some of the other cars that we bought for like $1 to go with it, and he is just going to love it. So that was our collective haul. Seriously, a super good deal for all of this stuff, and this is going to last for, I mean, really until he's like maybe 18 months old or so. So a good long time, spread out over multiple houses. This is exactly what we were looking for.